A very strong line of storms moved through the southeastern part of Siouxland tonight, right where Siouxland's most accurate forecast was predicting all day would be the area of concern. And we did have a couple tornado reports from Carroll today. Those storms, as you see, have now exited the area. No more watches, no more warnings. The rest of the night should be fairly quiet, and that's a good thing. 40s for most of us, but you can still see the remnants of that front. 50s here to the southeast as that storm system moves away. Here's a live picture from our Woodhouse Chrysler Skycam in Storm Lake, where we had plenty of rain earlier, but quiet conditions now. And here comes your planner for tonight. Breezy overnight with clouds, temperatures holding in the middle 40s, a few peaks of sun at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, more sun tomorrow afternoon. I think you'll like most of the 7-day forecast. I'll show you that, plus recap some of tonight's storm reports in just a few minutes. KCAU 9 News starts right now.
We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU 9 News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jenna Renstrom. Tim has the night off. It's been a night of intense storms across the southern portion of Siouxland. The good news is that all watches and warnings have now expired, but not before a storm spotter saw a tornado touch down near Carroll. And there are reports of damage from that severe weather tonight. We have storm team coverage for you. KCAU 9's chief meteorologist Fred Hexum is in the weather center, where he's been keeping you updated on all the warnings tonight. But we begin with KCAU 9's Jamie Perez, live with storm damage in Carroll. Jamie?
That's right, Jenna. I'm here in Carroll. It's about 52 degrees, and it is kind of coming in and out of raining. It's sprinkling right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I can certainly feel it. But earlier this evening, around 8 o'clock, a tornado actually came and struck through certain parts of the town. Take a look at this video of some of that damage. Now, you're looking at the aftermath at a shed on a farm that had thousands of dollars worth of equipment in it that did get hit by that tornado. As you can see, the garage doors torn down entirely, and even the rooftop ripped from the walls, keeping the shed together. Now, we tried to get the owners to talk, but they didn't want to speak about it because they're obviously dealing with some very heavy damage because of it. But more on the severe weather warnings throughout the night. Just within the past several hours, I've been through Ottawa, Mapleton, Denison, and now here in Carroll. So the video that you're seeing right now on your screen is a compilation of some of that heavy rainfall and activity that's been going on throughout the night in these places. Obviously, the heavy of the damage being here where I am in Carroll. So we will be on the watch for more severe weather, as our chief meteorologist, Fred Hexum, will surely bring you throughout the night. Back to you guys in studio. Reporting live in Carroll, Jamie Perez, KCAU 9 News.
Appreciate that report, Jamie. Stay safe down there. No surprise that kind of damage with what you were forecasting for that area, right?
That's right. All day it looked like that was going to be kind of the bullseye, and it took a while for the storms to get there, but eventually they did, and we actually did have that tornado warning for a time for Carroll earlier tonight. Quiet now on our Port Neal Welding Company's Skycam right outside our KCAU 9 studio in Sioux City. That's a nice sight to behold. Quiet weather. Although the Sioux City Metro didn't have much active severe weather, that was certainly not the case elsewhere. Let's take you now here to our radar, and you can see that things have quieted down. In fact, all of the rain is well off to the east, so that's a good thing to see. And the severe weather threat, as you see, has shifted east as well. In fact, you can probably even move that over another 30 to 40 miles and clear our entire coverage area as those storms have exited. But it was an active night earlier. We had some hail reports early. We'll show you some of those here. Near Omaha, 1-inch hail at about, earlier this morning. But then this evening, Panama, Iowa there, south of Denison, 1-inch hail at 7:40. Then in the red, you see the 2 tornado reports around Carroll. And those reports likely were the result of some tornadoes, at least briefly on the ground, as we do have a few damage reports coming in from that neck of the woods. The other thing tonight has been the rain. Spencer with 1.25 inches from one of our weather watchers there. Carroll with almost 1 inch of rain, and that's in about an hour's time. Ruthven with 3/4 inch, Sioux City 42/100, and Norfolk 2/10 inch of rain. Well, now that the storms are out of here, we get to talk about some nicer weather in the 7-day forecast, and it will be my pleasure to show you that in just a few minutes, Jenna.
We'll look forward to that. Thanks, Fred. A second Iowa teenager is under arrest tonight for setting a fire that destroyed an iconic bridge featured in the novel and movie The Bridges of Madison County. Authorities say an 18-year-old man from Norwalk, Iowa, was taken into custody on arson charges. His arrest comes just a day after a 17-year-old West Des Moines boy was also arrested for arson. Tonight, folks in the south central Iowa community of Winterset are expressing relief.
That makes everyone feel a little bit better, a little less threatened about our other bridges. And it makes us feel better going forward.
You always wonder, because you don't know the situation, if something else is at risk, if this is a repeat or a pattern. So just knowing that someone is in custody and they're very confident about all of that, just we'll all sleep much easier.
Sheriff's deputies believe the fire that burned the covered bridge was set sometime in the early morning hours of last Saturday. A damaged Woodbury County bridge near Mobile will be repaired. County supervisors weren't originally planning to fix the Haskell Avenue bridge, but they've changed their minds after residents pleaded with them, saying that bridge is vital to local farms and businesses. The bridge was shuttered after a flood severely damaged it last summer, shifting its support structures by over 4 feet. The cost to fix the bridge is estimated to exceed $500,000. A federal judge says he won't drop a lawsuit against the former owners of the Argosy Casino riverboat. The Argosy ownership was seeking to dismiss the suit brought by the Community Action Agency of Siouxland and other entities. The group is seeking nearly $2 million. It says the former casino owes that money to dozens of local nonprofits as part of the Argosy's old operating agreement. Meanwhile, we're learning more about what triggered the weekend shutdown of the Hard Rock Casino in Sioux City. Hard Rock officials had called it a computer glitch. It left the casino floor empty Saturday night, Hard Rock's busiest night of the week. The Iowa Racing and Gaming Board now says it was Hard Rock's electronic surveillance system that went down, and they were unable to immediately get an alternative activated. Elsewhere, a North Sioux City casino falls victim to an armed robber for the second time in recent months. The overnight holdup occurring at the Glass Palace. Police say a masked gunman tied up a casino worker before fleeing with an undisclosed amount of cash. The Glass Palace was also held up in November, and that bandit has yet to be caught. Iowa senior U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley predicting today that there will be another Supreme Court vacancy later this year. Appearing at Ridgeview High School in Holstein to talk with students, Grassley says he expects one of the older justices on the court to resign this summer. The senator says an upcoming resignation has been rumored, but he wouldn't specify a name.
But I have no way of knowing who it is. It's just a very general rumor for the last 6 months around Washington, D.C. There's probably 3 people that fall into that category. It could be any one of those 3.
Grassley, who chairs the Senate Judiciary Committee, says a replacement for any justice that resigns would likely be nominated from the same list from which recently appointed Justice Neil Gorsuch was chosen. It may be the first major fallout in Siouxland stemming from a recent change in Iowa's collective bargaining rights for public employees. Faculty at Western Iowa Tech are facing a proposed contract that could eliminate labor deals that have been in place for decades. Under it, the faculty at WIT would see long-standing contract provisions involving academic freedom, grievance procedures, fringe benefits, health and safety issues, and more be eliminated. To add to that, the union says WIT employees are only being offered a 1% raise. But WIT's president says under the new Iowa law, the issues the union is concerned about aren't allowed to be part of the bargaining process. He says the college hopes to include many of the former contract provisions in the employee handbook to preserve those practices.
The problem is, under the new law, the initial proposal can be the final proposal. And all we're saying is we're surprised. We're very surprised and disappointed that some of the items that could have been included in the contract are being excluded.
All the college is doing is taking the new rules that were implemented by the legislature this year and going to negotiate the mandatory subjects of bargaining that we have. There are items that were in there that were illegal subjects of bargaining, so we cannot do that. And then much of the rest of the contract, we're going to put an employee handbook.
Both sides say they hope to reach an agreement by a June 30th deadline. Any day now, Iowa Governor Terry Branstad is expected to sign a law that bans abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. KCAU 9's Amanda Krenz tonight examines what else is included in this abortion bill. It's new at 10.
While pro-choice advocates made their voice heard at the state capitol, it was the pro-life legislators who have the final say.
It's our desire that all life is important and all life matters.
Senator Chelgren was one of the authors of the 20-week abortion ban. In addition to not allowing abortions after the 20th week of pregnancy, it also outlaws abortions in cases of rape and incest. The law would also prohibit a woman from getting an abortion if the fetus won't survive.
I think the bill's a good bill, and I think the bill will save probably between 500 and 700 babies a year.
Families who, at the 20-week mark, find themselves in just absolutely devastating situations with pregnancies that are much wanted, who no longer are going to have the ability to make the decisions that they would make.
Erin Davison-Rippey represents Planned Parenthood of the Heartland. She says the bill also says a woman must wait 72 hours to have an abortion after telling her doctors she wants the procedure. Supporters of the bill say that waiting period may cause a woman to change her mind.
Called the timeshare clause. It's only a question of, when you have a difficult decision to make, we want you to have time to make the right one because it's one of those irreversible decisions.
These laws are being targeted at women and are being targeted at the providers who ensure access to safe and legal abortion here in Iowa.
Amanda Krenz, KCAU 9 News.
Just a day after the Iowa Senate approved a medical marijuana measure, Nebraska lawmakers are considering a similar proposal. Legislators debated the bill for several hours today. Supporters of the measure say lawmakers should approve a bill regulating medical marijuana before voters opt to legalize the substance. Petitions are currently being circulated to put 2 marijuana-related initiatives on next year's ballot. 4 Nebraska stores known for selling millions of cans of beer each year near a South Dakota Indian reservation are losing their state liquor licenses. The Nebraska Liquor Commission voting unanimously late this afternoon not to renew those liquor licenses in the tiny town of White Clay. The stores in the community of only 9 people have operated for decades despite complaints about alcohol-related problems involving members of the nearby reservation. A Winnebago tribe leader who's fought for years to close those stores is applauding the decision. All 4 stores are vowing to appeal. It's a stunning end tonight to the career of Fox News Channel's most popular host, Bill O'Reilly. As ABC's Danya Backus explains, he's been fired amid a huge sexual harassment scandal.
Caution. You are about to enter the no-spin zone.
Fox News' biggest star is now out. The network addressing Bill O'Reilly's departure on air Wednesday night.
Bill O'Reilly, who hosted this program for 20 years, is leaving the Fox News Channel.
A statement from 21st Century Fox says, after a thorough and careful review of the allegations, the company and Bill O'Reilly have agreed that Bill O'Reilly will not be returning to the Fox News Channel. The ouster reportedly pushed by Lachlan and James Murdoch, executives at Fox's parent company, a decision that comes just weeks after a New York Times article reported O'Reilly and Fox paid nearly $13 million in settlements over claims of inappropriate behavior and sexual harassment dating back to 2002. And Wednesday,
first, Mr. O'Reilly said nobody ever calls into our hotline. So we took him up on it and we called into the hotline.
Attorney Lisa Bloom sharing this picture of a Fox employee calling the company's anonymous tip line, accusing O'Reilly of leering, grunting, and calling the African-American woman hot chocolate while they were alone.
Fire Bill O'Reilly!
The pressure was mounting for the Murdochs to take action. At least 83 companies pulled advertising from O'Reilly's show. Bill O'Reilly reacting to the news, releasing a statement saying, "It is tremendously disheartening that we part ways due to completely unfounded claims, but that is the unfortunate reality many of us in the public eye must live with today." Fox News Channel has announced that recently hired host Tucker Carlson will get O'Reilly's time slot. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Coming up in sports, Briarcliff is spending part of its spring football practice volunteering in the community. We'll show you how they're giving back a little bit later in sports.
And after some of us had a bumpy ride tonight, we have a quiet overnight to tell you about and nicer weather in the 7-day forecast with a warm-up. That's icing on the cake. See you after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Jenna Renstrom, Chief Meteorologist Fred Hexum, and Sports Director Chris Palmquist. This is KCAU 9 News at 10.
Tomorrow on Good Day Siouxland, we're showing you why you won't want to leave your seat after watching the new Guardian of the Galaxy.
And in this galaxy, Siouxland specifically, we can expect to have some drier conditions and some warmer weather moving into the weekend.
Tomorrow morning on Good Day Siouxland.
Trade in your old furniture for something new. Right now, during the Everett's trade-in sale, get up to $150 for your old furniture, regardless of condition. Save on the new, trade in the old right now at Everett's Furniture, just off Highway 20 in South Sioux City.
Starts at Shields.
The internet changed how talent's discovered.
Early in the morning, rising up to meet the sun and the sky.
And now we're changing the way you get internet. With CenturyLink high-speed internet, we'll help you find the speed you need for surfing the web, streaming the shows you love, or becoming an internet sensation yourself without overpaying. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Say hello to the exclusive, limited time, limited quantity Northland Edition F-150. It's the best-selling truck for 40 years straight with a military-grade aluminum alloy body, an MPG that leaves the competition in the dust, plus a ton of other features built with the Northland in mind, and available tech to start it up right from your phone. Now for a limited time, get up to $10,882 in total savings. Or lease a Northland Edition F-150 for $239 a month. Hurry into your local Northland Ford dealer today.
Roll into A&A Automotive and Tire and get your car in shape for your next adventure. Tune-up, oil changes, tire rotation. A little care can take you thousands of miles. A&A Automotive and Tire in Storm Lake, Iowa. Automotive service you can rely on.
If your family desires a Christ-centered education with a highly qualified staff, small class sizes, and extracurricular opportunities, Siouxland Christian is the place for you. Siouxland Christian, partnering with parents to build a stronger faith, family, and future. For more information, visit SiouxlandChristian.org.
The KCAU 9 Weather Ball, brought to you in part by Woodhouse Hyundai, is red as fire. The temperature is going higher.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our live picture from the Port Neal Welding Company Skycam right outside our studio, where we now have a peaceful night. Not that it was too bumpy around the Sioux City Metro, but certainly earlier tonight was a different story for some spots, especially around Carroll. Let's go now to our radar, and you can see that there's nothing going on at all anywhere. That's a nice sight, isn't it? Super. I think that's a great thing to see after those storms earlier, but it was stormy earlier. In fact, the strongest storms were between Halber, a small town in Carroll County, and the city of Carroll. So this was kind of the path where we had, earlier in the show, we showed you some of the damage around the Carroll area. Now around Halber, there were some power lines down. A camper was overturned. That's one of the two tornado reports, the other closer to Carroll from earlier tonight. So good riddance to the severe weather. Here's another look, though, at those storm reports, and there you can see where we have those two tornado reports in Carroll County, and then this is in here new, a wind gust of 60 miles per hour near Boone at 9:25, less than an hour ago. Those storms are continuing to move east. It looks like another wind report there in central Iowa. 1.25 inches of rain in Spencer. That rain total in Carroll was in about an hour or less, so really coming down there in buckets. 3/4 inch plus in Ruthven, 4,200th Sioux City, and 2/10 for Norfolk. 52 the high today, 45 the low temperature. So a cloudy, cool, rainy day today. 47 is our reading now. That relative humidity positively juicy. 97%. Mostly 40s on temperatures. You can still see some 50s closer to the front, but we're all going to be cooling here tonight as that front moves away. And you can see that we all have a northerly wind, at least north to northeast, northwest, depending on your location, compared to those southerly breezes around Omaha, for example, a few hours ago, fueling the warmth and moisture for the storms. But look at the front that brought us the severe weather. It's still very visible right now. As we speak, Des Moines, 75 degrees. Compare that to Sioux City at 47. So that boundary is still very much alive, and it still is very much producing showers and thunderstorms here to our east. But those are just a memory, well, for most of us now. Those of you in Carroll County that might be cleaning up from some of the mess tonight, not a memory yet. Low pressure pushing east, taking the rain away tonight. you're going to like tomorrow with decreasing clouds. 44 low temperature tonight with the cloudy skies. For tomorrow, up to 60 degrees. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, gusting to 25 miles per hour, though, so another breezy day. Here is your 7-day forecast. 60 degrees on Friday, 65 on Saturday. Notice, though, the overnight lows a little bit on the chilly side here, but we'll change that all going into Sunday with a high of 71 degrees. Next week, Jenna, looks pretty windy to me, and we'll have some scattered showers here on Monday and maybe an even better chance toward Wednesday of next week. And we're having a little bit of a temperature roller coaster here. It's not a big swing and dip, but nevertheless up and down with that next rain chance coming on Wednesday. So a severe weather night tonight. A good reminder, get your weather radio if you've not done so. Area Hy-Vees have these for sale, and I can guarantee you those of us in Carroll County tonight, we're very glad to have a weather radio when those tornadoes were approaching.
Get them when you don't need them, and
Very
then we'll be
good
glad.
advice, yes.
Thanks, Fred. Still to come in sports, the Sertoma Sports Banquet had a Sioux Cityan as its keynote speaker tonight. We'll hear from him on Coming Home when we come back.
KCAU 9 7-day weather forecast is brought to you in part by Baumgars.
When it comes to the integrity of your construction, quality counts. Port Neal Welding Company has been making impossible jobs look easy for 20 years with 140 years combined experience. Whether you need ag, design, or engineering, Port Neal Welding Company has the tools and expertise. And Port Neal Welding Company can protect your projects with a better looking, more durable finish with sandblasting and powder coating. For projects big or small, call Port Neal Welding Company. Friend to the American industry since 1994.
Shop Bargain Bedding today and get 50, 60, even up to 70% off select mattress sets. Save over 60% on this queen-size hybrid mattress set with gel foam priced at only $5.98. No credit needed, payment options available. Bargain Bedding, 2139 Riverside Boulevard, Sioux City, Iowa.
You may not even notice. As moisture levels rise, critters settle in, and your air quality worsens. We notice. And we've been perfecting the solution for over 40 years. Beyond the basement, throughout the year, making over 60,000 homes clean and efficient. Thrasher Crawl Space Encapsulation. There's only one right way.
Need a few reasons to get your vehicle checked out? There's a reason Tires is called your Give You More Tire store. We do more than put tires on your car. We make sure your car is safe when you're driving down the road. When you buy 4 tires for your vehicle, we give you a free alignment, free nationwide roadside assistance, free road hazard warranty, and free nitrogen to help your tires last longer. We even have free cookies while you wait. Tires, the Give You More Tire store.
Tour the world in epic culinary fashion, from walk and roll Asian to American South, to irresistible Irish, to family-style Italian and tasty desserts. Now on Fridays, add 1 pound of crab legs for only $7. No taste bud will be missed at the World Tour Buffet. Play slots for free. Get $7 in free slot play instantly with your buffet purchase. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Sioux City.
This is the Silverado Special Edition.
This is one gorgeous truck.
Oh, did I say there was only one Special Edition? Because actually there's 5.
Nice. Strength and style.
Which one's your favorite?
Come home with me.
Make a strong decision. Find your tag and get 16% below MSRP on select Silverado 1500 pickups in stock. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Your wedding day is your day to shine with a beautiful dress that will make you sparkle one sequin at a time. Sequins has a fit and style for every bride and special deals for our customers. Make this your day to shine and sparkle with Sequins.
Now, KCAU 9 Sports.
Well, over the past 7 seasons, Fran McCaffrey has turned the Iowa basketball program around. Sioux City native and assistant coach Kirk Spearaw has had a pretty big hand in that success. Tonight, Spearaw was the keynote speaker at the 49th annual Sertoma Sports Banquet. Spearaw, who played for the Hawkeyes in the late 70s, has been coaching college basketball since 1979. He spent 17 years as the head coach at Central Florida before joining McCaffrey in Iowa City. Coming home, both to the state and Sioux City specifically, is a special thing for Spearaw.
Certainly that was meant a lot to me, meant a lot to our family, meant a lot to my wife to come back to Iowa City. She grew up and spent a lot of time in Iowa City. So it was good for her to get back home, and it's always good to come up to Sioux City, you know, and come back and see people and see my mom. She's still here, and so it's always a good time getting back home.
We'll hear Spearaw's thoughts on the young Hawkeye basketball team tomorrow on KCAU 9. Well, 2 months ago, when Dennis Wagner was hired as the football coach at Briar Cliff, it marked a shift within the Charger program. First, Wagner has coached at the Division I level and engineered a massive turnaround at nearby Division II Wayne State. Secondly, he put an emphasis on culture and doing things the right way. Now, part of that includes giving back to the community. The Chargers have partnered with Camp High Hopes over the last couple of weeks to volunteer their time. And part of that was spent today at the old KCAU 9 studios downtown, where the team helped clear the building. Rather than paying the Chargers, KCAU 9 is making a donation to Camp High Hopes in recognition of the BCU football team.
Just telling us that there's other things bigger than us. There's other people out there that we need to help out. You know, we're part of this community. Everything we do is, you know, we have to put on a show for the community. It's not just for us anymore, you know.
I just feel like it gives us something to be proud of. It just gives us a positive outlook, like people looking at us as BCU. Okay, those are the football players that come out and help. And I mean, it's not just football either. It's us as a school. We want to change the whole program and the whole way that everybody looks at Briar Cliff just as a university.
I've got a staff of 8 people, and so, you know, 90 acres of land. We have a lot of work to do at camp, and so to get a football team like this out there that can knock out a bunch of heavy lifting and, you know, in an afternoon is big for us.
Certainly a cool thing there. After Saturday's 62-56 win over the Bloomington Edge, no team in Champions indoor football has a better record than the Sioux City Bandits, who are a perfect 6-0. Unlike years past where the defense or offense might be the sole catalyst, this team's strength has been its balance in all 3 phases. The offense ranks 4th in the league in scoring. The defense is 3rd in that category. Kicker Greg Conry leads all league kickers with 69 points this year. All that makes Coach Irv Strobing pretty happy with his team's attack.
They find whatever way to win, you know. 1 week it's the defense stepping up, the next week it's the offense. Special teams has been pretty consistent all the way through, and they've gotten a couple for us. I love the fact that this team stays together no matter what, and that we just find ways to win.
Next up for the Bandits, a Saturday night trip to Muskegon, Michigan for their first ever game against the Western Michigan Ironmen. That's it for sports. We'll be back after the break.
The White House belongs to Cyrus.
We can't reveal who wins the Oval.
I'm fighting, not quitting.
But we can tell you there will be blood. If Cyrus Bean becomes president, they will kill you. New Scandal, Thursday on ABC.
Wheelchair Dynamics has now opened a second store located in Sioux City. To make life a little easier, you can experience the full effects of working display models in store, allowing you to know if it will work for you before your purchase. Come and visit Wheelchair Dynamics' newest store in Sioux City today.
Go off the beaten path to Empty Nest Gifts for big city shopping in the heartland countryside. Hidden among the peaceful Luss Hills, Empty Nest has unique gifts for chicks. Treat yourself to a relaxing shopping experience with exclusive children's clothing and gifts, housewares and home decor. And check out Millie's Loft, our chic fashion boutique. If you're looking for it, you'll find it at Empty Nest, open Tuesday through Saturday. Just take Hamilton Boulevard a couple miles north of Sioux City. Empty Nest, gifts for chicks.
At Honda, we're proud of our heritage. Like with the Civic. It's stylish. And fast! With great performance and handling. All things we learned building engines like this.
So hurry in to the Honda Dream Garage sales event. These deals end soon, so visit your local Honda dealer today.
Don't miss the Hy-Vee 10 for 10 sale. Pepsi 2 liters, 10 for just $10. Boneless pork loin chops, 10 for $10. Brats, 10 for $10. Hy-Vee chips, 10 for 10. Totino's party pizzas and Lunchables are 10 for 10. Suave shampoo and Dial soap get 10 for just $10. Kraft and Annie's mac and cheese are both 10 for 10. And Yoplait Greek yogurt, 10 for $10. And earn a 10-cent fuel saver with purchase of 10. Get these deals and more during the 10 for 10 sale, only at Hy-Vee.
What are you looking for in a man?
Somebody funny, very kind and sweet.
Did you know that more relationships start on Match than anywhere else?
What if there was a place where you could meet people who meet all the criteria you're looking for? Would that interest you?
Yeah.
It's Match.
Okay.
Just text Match to 55702 and Match will give you 7 days free.
Would you sign up?
Yeah, I would.
Let's go do it. We're going to do it right now.
Why wait to meet someone great? Text Match to 55702 and get your 7 days free on Match now. 18+.
Before we go tonight, an update on storm damage we've been following in Carroll County, Iowa. A tornado spotted in that area, and this is live footage of a camper that tipped over in Halber, Iowa. That's near the town of Carroll. Again, storm damage down south of the Sioux City metro area. A tornado was spotted earlier this evening. Luckily, that bad weather has moved out, but more assessing of the damage, I'm sure, in the hours to come, Fred, and as morning comes.
That's right. The National Weather Service will be out tomorrow doing damage assessments, and we'll find out if that's EF0, EF1,
Sure.
EF2, and we'll, of course, let you know what they find out. Quieter weather for tonight. Isn't that nice to be able to say? 44 degrees and cloudy, breezy. For tomorrow, 60. Sunshine getting in here in the afternoon with a breeze and a not bad-looking 7-day forecast. Warming up to 71 on Sunday, some showers Monday, and a better shot of those next Wednesday.
All right, that does it for us on this Wednesday night. Hope you have a good rest of your night and hope your family is safe after those storms down south. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
At Earl May, you'll find the expert advice, affordable gardening supplies, quality plants and gifts you're looking for. Enjoy big savings during our spring open house, April 24th through the 30th. Find everything you need to grow your own way at your local Earl May.
If you are even thinking about a new home, then you don't want to miss this. Come on out to Green Acres Homes in Estherville for our annual open house this weekend. See the latest models of manufactured and modular homes from the best builders in the industry, all on display. 14 new homes are showcased at Green Acres Homes, featuring living spaces that will wow you. Green Acres Homes always provides free delivery and setup of your new home, and right now offer a $5,500 open house discount. So come on in and see us at Green Acres Homes in Estherville. It's open house weekend.
Come one, come all to the 2017 Western Iowa Tech Community College Expo. It's a celebration of 50 years in Siouxland with free food, prizes, entertainment, and sample learning sessions in over 34 programs, including auto repair, robotics, culinary arts, nursing, video game design, and more. It's all happening this Thursday at Western Iowa Tech with learning sessions starting at 3:30. Go to the WIT website for all the info.
Tee up with a KCAU 9 Golf Pass card to get 18 holes of golf at 18 different courses, a $500 value for just $125. That's 75% off. Play Oakland Golf Club, Hardington Golf Club, Highland Oaks, and many more. Go to SiouxlandProud.com to get these huge savings. 18 holes at 18 courses for just $125. Don't bogey on this deal. Get your KCAU 9 Golf Pass card today.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Watch.
You make it for 16-year-olds and the parents who worry about them. Going further to help make drivers better drivers.
Don't freak out on me.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
Get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 bonus cash or up to $5,000 total savings on Fusion.
Hey, Scout. What's with the itches and scratchies?
These fleas and ticks. Ow.
I'm getting bit like crazy. Got any ideas for me?
Well, not all products work the same. That's why my owner gives me Canine Advantix 2. It kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes too?
Yep, kills all 3 through contact. No biting required.
Wish my owner knew about Canine Advantix 2. Ow!
Well, could be worse. Huh.
Glorious.
Protect against the bites that can spread disease. Canine Advantix 2. Wise choice.
Join us at the Brown Century Theater downtown Lamar's for our second annual Spring Tea and Concert. Enjoy music from the Brown Girls Trio following an exquisite high tea in the beautifully restored Central Event Center.